Hey guys, welcome back to Track Tech and Toys. This is episode 6. I hope you're excited for it. In this episode, we're going to take a look at the track. I'm going to show you some of the upgrades that we've made, particularly to the military base section of things. We're going to take a look at the basement tour, which I think some of you have been really excited for. And I have a few new toys, so a lot to catch up on. 2 weeks have gone by. We're back at it. Let's get into it. Hey guys, let's talk about the track. So the front portion of the track I haven't really touched much, and that's because I've really been concentrating on what I know best. And right now it's all about the Warhammer and the military models, and I'm getting excited about doing that. So over the past 2 Sunday hobby sessions, I've been really working on the terrain for that, and we've been building that out. So I'm excited to show you these updates. Let's get into it, have a look at these, and we'll come back and we'll discuss that a little bit more. As per usual, nothing has really changed on the front end here. Still a work in progress. I kind of slowed down here, but I've moved on to things that I understand really well, and that is right here. We're going to be looking at the base, the military part of it. So over the recent live streams on Sundays, I've been painting up the terrain. We got the walls, and basically been staging this area. As you can see, I did complete painting this building. Now obviously these are just base coats and I can do a lot more, but main thing right now is slay the gray, as they call it. That means in this case, in the slot car world, I guess, we'll slay the pink and the gray because we have so many kits left to build. But what I'd like to really introduce you to is the new energy creation field. So you see all those monoliths that we've been building. They're actually part of, like in the Matrix when they're drawing energy. So we have a harvester right there, and he's got all these power cores, and it's all going to be joined by pipes going into some crazy tech thing. And we'll have containers with a truck that drives across to this side, and over here there will be a sky bridge right here, and that sky bridge will have an aircraft that lands and picks up the containers and takes it away. So kind of cool little military zone here that we've been building out, and yeah, that's really what I've been up to on the track side of things. Let me know your thoughts. It's starting to look kind of cool. I'm really digging the vibe here and the integration of all the cool kits that we've been building. So yeah, hope you like this update. So as you can see, we have a really good concept going on for that military section. I'm really excited about it now. It's starting to take shape and form. I do have models arriving now for the actual Marines that will go in the base. We're going to bring that to life. Like I said, I have a landing pad coming and aircraft carrier that will be landing there. So I'm really excited about that. It's getting really interesting, and I feel like I can finish that inside section really well, really fast. So that's really got my juices pumping. It's a long base project. It's a project that you're gonna have to enjoy for a very long time, and I'm excited for every little step we're taking. So crack updates, that's what I got. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. We'll take it from there. Let's now look at the tech portion. Before we get into the tech portion, I want to draw your attention to something that I have been spearheading for a very long time, and it's finally taking fruition. This is the Global Racing League. It is launching next week. It is October 1st launch date. We have 10 drivers, 4 racing classes, all on basic tracks, no borders, just simple Carrera layouts. Obviously, everyone chose Carrera, so we are doing Carrera layouts. And it's 7x9. If you want to do it, please check out the website. The description, the link will be in the description below. But it's SGGRL, so slotcargrl.com. Check it out. Encourage the guys that are taking part in it. If you want to be a part of it, season 2 will be coming out hopefully next year, depending on how well we do season 1. But I really appreciate your support. And now let's get on with the basement tour. Don't want you to be any surprised by this, but this is where shit happens. Right, welcome to the basement. This is my basement. Let's turn on some lights, shall we? All right. So this is the basement. I have a little workstation here. It's very messy, very busy. I don't know what's going on there, to be honest. On this side, I have storage, and you will see that I have all my terrain for Warslot right here. Lots of boxes. All these are kits, Lego kits that have to be built for the Lego channel and for the Lego table. And there's more kits here. And yeah, it just keeps on going. So this is everything that I have for kits to build. Over here, there's all my camera gear. So these cases house my drones, they house my sliders. These are all accessories for my cameras. All camera gear, portable camera kits, more camera gear, more tripods, etc, etc, etc. It just keeps on going. Not enough space for kids, so we have some up there. Let's talk about the track. So many of you have seen the track. We're still in the state of a building. So just to give you an idea, when we first took over this place, the previous tenants had framed the basement. I guess they were going to go ahead and build something in the basement, but yeah, when we took it over, there was no need. And now I've built a slot car track that goes through some of the framing into the other side of the basement. So this is about 28 feet from that edge of the track to here, and it's about 10 feet wide on the furthest width there, and it's about 7 feet wide here. So it's a pretty substantial track. I actually created the track layout, and I'll show it to you. As you can see, I'm in the middle of filming here, but yeah, lots of lighting. So you can see I have a lot of these light boxes, and that's because I like a lot of light to shoot. And in fact, I'm looking at getting more LED panels just to fill up the rest so that I get even lighting on my track. Alright, so as we move through the basement here, you can see this is another storage area. Right now I'm storing all the terrain that I have for Warslot that's built. This whole cases of them all over here. So yeah, still a work in progress, but you know, that's what happens in the basement and where you work. And this is where we record our normal talking head stuff. As you can see, it's I got a camera right there. This is the A6600 right there, and that is connected through a little HDMI adapter to my laptop. And you can see here I have a Rode VideoMic Pro, and over here is my famous PTZ 360 link camera. It helps to provide the overhead shots that you see. And then lighting, once again, I have more light boxes. I have a Godax 100 right there. That's and then I have a bunch of these newer LED lights as well. If you move around here, you'll see that these are the backdrop, and we can switch these out, but all these are unbuilt kits, Lego kits. As you can tell, we are into cars, which you would expect from a person like me, and my friends are all into cars as well. So yeah, these are all car kits, and these are all cars that I've continued to collect. These are all mini Z's right here. And then these are my die casts. I don't really collect a lot of die casts. There's a built Lego car, and in the corner there's a AFX 4-lane track, which I have yet to unbox. It's been here for months. And then this is all overflow underneath, which you don't normally see, but it's all there. Over here is like my F1 collection of remote controls or RCs, and there's my Lewis Hamilton bobblehead provided by MP, and Mr. Lego Man from Conquest. Who doesn't like that? These are some of the kits that I've been bought during my collecting years. Over here, right around here, you'll see a little white box, and guess who's in there? Yep, it is my first white kit. So yeah, this is where I film all my turntable stuff. Lots of tripods, lots of rigs. You can see I cover off that area with sound panels. Try and make it as acoustic as possible. If you can hear that right now, it's my furnace. It's kicked in. So like I said, unfinished basement comes with a lot of noise. And then this is where I find myself spending most of my time these days. I really enjoy this place. So here we are. This is what I call my command center. So over here on this side is where I do all my slot car work. So I have my mat, my iron, and all the nicks and knacks that you need for slot cars. It's a mess. Slot R is probably cringing. These are all the rattle cans that I'll be using to spray paint the Warslot terrain, which I'm going to release a video soon. And then you'll see a whole bunch of like tripods and camera gear over here because we're constantly switching in and out of that kind of stuff. Over here, you'll see my next projects, white build, white kit, my next white kit, MDF kits. And this is another broadcast zone. So here's my FX3. It's got 14 to 24 millimeter Sigma. This is an f1.4. And then overhead camera shot on this side. So as you can see, that's the first camera. There's a switcher down there. That's my Rode shotgun mic. So shotgun mic tries to eliminate the noise because there's a lot of noise in the basement. And then over here on this arm, I have my overhead camera, which is ZV-1 for now. I have a ring light that lights up this spot. I got a dual monitor setup, obviously, or a single monitor connected to my laptop. This is all mounted on a monitor stand there. And there's my Zoom P8, which is another audio broadcasting device, control, whatever it is. Over here you'll find all my airbrushing, painting setup, airbrushing setup, all over here. So it's it's always busy. My airbrush is there. I have a bunch of different airbrushes, but that's my main one of choice. And then here's my current paint selections, the setup. So these are all the paints that I use. Talking about paint, I have a lot of paint. We'll go through that. So yeah, this is this setup, and then over here we have the rest of the track. So you're seeing through the track. This is all going to be broken down. These are just some terrain pieces that I'll be breaking down to integrate into Warslot. Yeah, you can see this is how I track analog with that stand right there. My phone sits on there, tracks the analog. There's always cars around. There's the Elva that Marty gave me. It's a mess. I'm not going to deny it. It's nothing pretty to look at. There's the Lego City, always in a state of progress. And then this is some more collection. So there's some RCs up there. There's my Ken Block drift car. This is an RC car, Ken Block. Many of you guys are Ken Block fans. I'm a huge Ken Block fan, or used to be. Sad to see him go. That's my slot tank. And then we're gonna go into collection. So there's all these Carrera cars. If you like Carrera, I'm a big Carrera fan. Here's some auto art stuff. Yeah, I mean, I am a collector, so I enjoy my collection, and this is all part of it. So you'll see that I've started to live stream a bit from down here because this is really my happy place. This is really where I feel most comfortable. I feel at home. I feel less stressed. Pete from Track Fans actually encouraged me to do this because he felt that I'm a little bit approachable, I guess, when I sit down here. I'm a little less stressed, I guess. I don't know. And then there's a whole bunch of storage. I'm not going to bore you with that. And here is the new setup for the Global Racing League. As you know, I'm running a league. These are the 3 cars that we run in my league. I'm missing the 4th. But yeah, this is the Global Racing League track. So it's all set up. Good to go. There's all a bunch of boxes that have a bunch of... I have a huge Carrera Go collection, and that's all in there. A couple more airbrush sets and stuff. Of course, I have a gym. Full gym, cage, workout. I like to lift heavy weight. And yeah, we'll lift weights. I have a punching bag. And then over here, storage, more slot car cases. So, like I said, there's a lot of stuff in here. And over here is all my Warslot stuff. And it's flickering right now because the lighting is bad here. We're dark and high dynamic range, and the camera doesn't like it. But there's all the MDF kits that I have to build, Scalectric tracks, Carrera Go, and more Mini Z stuff. My pit boxes, and yeah, my tech trolley. So when I do filming, I fill this trolley up with what I need. So yeah, this is my color printer. I'm getting it hooked up, starting to run it because I want to print some really cool stuff. And this is my portable pit box. Yeah, when it comes to paint, I have a ton of paint. So, you know, from filters to Tamiya colors to inks to oil paints. This is all my collection for, yeah, just paints. Lots of paints. I don't know if this is interesting, but you guys wanted a tour of the basement. This is it. Alright, guys, so you've seen my basement. It's busy, it's hectic, it's messy. Slot R, don't kill me. But it is mine. It is my place that I have complete happiness, joy. Everything I do down here, it just makes me happy. It's busy. We always have something interesting going on in the basement, and I really enjoy that. It gives me a lot of pride to have this spot in my life. I'm not saying that this is what you need to get started. You definitely don't. You can start with a phone and a camera. That's it. But just, I'm a tech junkie, and I like getting into a lot of collecting of both tech and toys and everything, as you can tell. So, you know, so people asked to see the behind the scenes. I delivered, hopefully, and I hope you enjoyed it. Anyway, let's go on to the favorite part for everyone, which is the toys. Alright guys, so I did receive 4 cars over the last 2 weeks. Let's take a look at them. Let's get into it. Let's see what it's all about. I'm going to leave these 2 separately and talk about them, and we'll talk about these 2. So first up, we have the new Legends. This is the John Player edition of the Legend. You know, black and gold. You just have to get it. We're going to unbox this in a second. The second card that I have here is the 956. Is it the 956? Yes, it is. The 956 KH. This is the Ayrton Senna Special. Black and yellow. It's a Porsche. Had to have it. And then let's get into these ones. So I'm going to start with, I never thought I would buy a movie car. But as of late, I'm in this kick of recording long exposure photography. And Bryce, who has been doing that for a while, inspired me to do that. So I want to say thanks to Bryce. But while he was doing that, he got this car, right? And it's the new Kit Knight Rider car. And I'm a big Knight Rider fan. I grew up on Knight Rider. Who didn't? But the cool thing about this is that that front light goes back and forth. And as soon as I saw that on Bryce's channel, I had to have it. Now, I almost bought the full set, you know, the Scalectric set, but I ended up buying just the cars. So not only did I get the Knight Rider car, and this is a movie car. These are the first movie cars I've ever got for myself. I don't think it's going to become a trend, guys, so don't get too excited. But I also got, great Scott, I got a DeLorean. Here we go. There you go. We got the DeLorean as well from the same set. And I never thought I would be buying Scalectric cars. And I'll tell you why. First of all, the reason I don't buy Scalectric cars is because they are very expensive compared to an NSR. I mean, I can buy an NSR or a Reaver slot for about the same price I can get a Scalectric up here. So it's very rare that I buy Scalectric cars, mainly because I don't think you get good value for the money, and that's my main reason. But recently, Scalectric, with their latest releases, has suckered me in, and obviously the movie cars have drawn me in, and then on top of that, they have some of the historical line that is really, really cool. So I've kind of been drawn into buying some Scalectric cars. Now, of recent, there have been some quality issues with Scalectric. The latest car that I have that's coming in, and probably we'll review in 2 weeks when it arrives, is the WRX, which is Colin McRae's. And I have the auto art version of it. But I've already heard rumblings that there's some issues with the front wheels and stuff. So if that's the case, and the car comes in, and the front wheels are off, I don't know if I'll be touching Scalectric cars for a while. So that's sad, because I'm really having a lot of fun with the track, the Scalectric track, with the jumps and the intersections. It would be kind of weird, but if quality is an issue, and I am a collector, quality is one of the things I look for. And honestly, like, I don't expect the performance to be great, but I do want quality when I buy a car. So that's going to be a big sticking point for me. But anyway, let's enjoy these cars. Let's open them up and let's have a look at them. All right. Let's start with the center car here. Of course, it comes in the famous slotted, sleeve. I'll pop it open. I'm not going to take it off its base. Not really necessary. Obviously, it comes with all the bits and bobs that you normally find with all slotted cars. But there you go. That's the livery. It looks really awesome. Newman livery, Jost Racing, Porsche. I love the wheels on it. I think they're so cool. That gold with silver field around it and black. It's a little bit deep dish. Yeah, in general, it's a striking car. Hard to miss on the track. And goes well with my Fat Turbo Edition Porsche. Yeah, and obviously it's a Senna car. And as soon as you say Ayrton Senna, I normally pick it up because he's one of my favorite drivers. So, yeah, awesome car. Looks great. We'll see. Eventually, I'll get to see these guys on the track. It's very, very hard when I have so many cars to go through. Next up, we'll see the Pioneer Legends. Now, this car I'm super excited about. Comes pretty well wrapped. I got this from Pendle Slot from the UK. It was the first Pendle Slot car that I got. So, and I have continued to buy from them since. Here we go. So, first of all, this car is really, really well done. Look at that pinstriping in gold. I'm always fascinated by that. Ever since I built and painted my first white kit, which is a Legends, I pay more attention to Legends cars and liveries now, because I'm like, could I have done better? Could I have pushed myself to do better? And, it's pretty cool. I really enjoy seeing these cars, especially in their liveries, not to mention how fun they are on the track. And this car is gorgeous. Look at the pinstriping on the wheels, too. But anyway, I could talk about this car for days. I'm really excited about it. I love the little, splashes of red all over. Look at that Apple logo in the back there. Really excited. Awesome looking car. Obviously, it needs to be upgraded. Slot R has already pointed out all the faults with these cars, and he's done a fantastic job upgrading his. I might take a little bit of time and upgrade this car for sure, as well as my own painted Mopar. Why not? All right, let's look at the DeLorean. So, boom. There we go. Can this come off? Yes, it can. Let's take out the cover. All right, look at that. It's got the nice Back to the Future 2. So this is the Back to the Future 2 car, flux capacitor and everything. I don't know if this lights up. I'm not too sure. I know it's got lights and stuff, and that's what I buy it for, to do some cool long exposure photography. But look at that. You got Marty in there, Marty McFly, not Marty from Two Lines. But awesome. I love that. The detail on the flux capacitor is pretty cool. Like, this is a good detail car, and if Scalectric can do this, I'm praying that what I've heard about the Colin McRae thing is not correct, and the car comes out flawless, because Scalectric's been doing some pretty cool movie cars of late. The James Bond one that came out also caught my attention, but I'm not a movie collector, but I might just be starting to change my mind. But anyway, I can't wait to put this through its paces and get some long exposure stuff with this car. And last but not least is Knight Rider. Who doesn't like Kit? Come on. We all grew up on this car. We all grew up with talking cars. We all wished we had one of those. It's amazing how far we've come with car technology today. We have cars that pretty much can drive themselves. I don't know if cars talk back to us, but I think we're getting there. But isn't it cool to have a Knight Rider in the house? I'm definitely going to have a lot of fun with this car. I'm thinking about so many things, like blowing up trailers and turbo boosting it. And yeah, I don't know. Possibilities are endless. And I'm excited about it. So there you go. David Hasselhoff in the house here. And yeah, really cool movie cars. So there you go. My 4 cars that I have got in my collection. And that brings us to the end of Track Tech and Toys. I'm excited for the new 4 cars. I'm excited for what it does for me in terms of videography and photography. That's really what gets my juices flowing. I did hit 1,000 subscribers, and I'm happy to say that the whole kit, the DTM Forever, or the analog kit, has actually shipped out to one very lucky subscriber. I wouldn't say lucky. I say it's gone to a very deserved subscriber. The reason I sent it to this particular person is because of all the work they're doing with the youth in the hobby, and I believe it will go to really great use. So when he gets it, he'll probably talk about it, but I'm going to leave it at that. So thank you for getting to 1,000. Thank you for being part of my journey. Where do I go from here? I don't know. My goal was to hit 1,000 and ride off into the sunset, but I'm at 1,000. I'm very big in the community, or I feel very integrated to the community. I feel blessed to be part of it. And you guys have become like a part of my life. So I will continue to produce videos, but they're going to be fun videos now. Like videos that really like push me in terms of a storyteller. I want to give my cars character. I want to bring them to life. So I'm going to be spending a lot of time script writing and creating better movies. about the cars. So that's a really exciting part of it. There's a lot of really good YouTubers that have come onto the scene, like Hughes, and they push the envelope of what we can do with this hobby in terms of entertainment. And I just feel inspired by them, so I want to do better. So that's what I'm going to be doing over the next little while, is really concentrating on movie telling and storytelling with the cars. I'm really excited to finish off painting off the parts of the tracks that I know and build. I have so many MDF kits to build from Magnetic Racing, and just released the quad lights. So I'm gonna have to get a couple of those. Yeah, it's incredible, the hobby and everything that's going on, and all the new kits and cars and everything that we're getting right now. Harry and George and Slotcar Corner and Dave, Shotgun Dave, released that new kit for scratch building. So I'm going to be scratch building soon. And then Dave just molded the VW body. Man, it's like candy everywhere. So who knows what's going to be in the next Track Tech and Toys update, episode 7. But if you like this kind of stuff, you like what I'm doing, you like where we're going with this, subscribe. It does a lot. Hit me up with the comments. I love your comments. I love to interact with the community. I'm having a lot of fun doing it. And until next time, guys, have fun on rails, and we'll see you later. Take care.